Immersive Reader is a free tool within Office 365 applications, as well as the Edge browser. It uses proven techniques to improve reading skills and reading comprehension, to increase reading fluency, and to offer decoding solutions for pupils with learning differences such as dyslexia. Let's dive right in and look at the different features on offer here in Word Online. To activate Immersive Reader, I'm going to go to View and then Immersive Reader. Now in Immersive Reader mode, I can go down to the bottom of the page and click on the play arrow to have the text read out to me.
Vegetarians can get all the protein they need by eating a variety of plant foods throughout the day.
To the right of the play button, I can click on the settings cog to change the voice and also the voice speed. Both are important considerations for somebody who's requiring to use text-to-speech to make sure they get something that they actually want to listen to. There's no Scottish voices available within Immersive Reader, but hopefully that might be something that will be a future development. So if I click back onto the document itself, you'll see the difference there of it in the Word Online format and then in Immersive Reader format. For somebody struggling with decoding every word, having text-to-speech can be really useful because now they can listen to the words being spoken out and they don't have to spend all their time just trying to work out what the individual words say. If I click on the small a and the large a there, we can go to text preferences. I can increase the text size by using the slider. I have the option to increase the spacing by toggling this button on. With the spacing button toggled on, the words on the page are further apart, and also the letters within each word are further apart as well. And for some, this can improve reading fluency. So that came under text preferences there. I can change the font here and also the theme. So I might decide that actually I want to have an aqua background there, and just by clicking on that, we can just switch that on. So knowing that the worst combination would be a white background with black text, I've got the option there in text preferences to make that change. Moving on to the next icon, we have some grammar options. So if I click on that there, here I can split the words up into syllables by toggling the button on there. So now you can see when I'm reading out the words, I have the words split up into syllables, and that can make it a lot easier for some learners. If you don't know whether it will be helpful for your learners, it's worth just toggling it on and letting them try and showing them exactly where it is so that if they do decide they want to use it, they know to go back up to the grammar options and just toggle on this little button here. We have the chance to look at different parts of speech and put them into different colours depending what we want. So I could just decide, well, I'm going to put all the nouns into a yellow colour, and that would then look like that on the page. And that came under grammar options there. So I've got lots of different options there. Just by simply toggling on and off, you're changing the look and feel of the document there. In the last option here under the reading preferences, the book at the end there, I'm just going to click on that, and we have here the first option is for line focus. So toggling that on there, you can now see I've got the text there with the real focus on the line that we're actually looking at. So I can manually scroll up to the top, or if I decide to use the play button, you'll see how it goes down line by line as it's been spoken out loud.
Vegetarians can get all the protein they need by eating a variety of plant foods throughout the day.
This can be really useful for the learner whose eyes float to the line above or the line below. This will help them focus on the particular line they're reading, and with that extra added text-to-speech support, this can really improve their reading experience. The second option here is Picture Dictionary, and that links to BoardMaker symbols. So if I choose a particular word on the page and click on it, and being given the symbol for the word, I'm also able to listen to the word read out loud.
Grains. Vegetables.
So a really nice feature there, which links automatically to BoardMaker symbols online, and there's no requirement to have the software installed. So this could be really good for learners with reading difficulties, but also learners with English as an additional language. And another feature under reading preferences, which will also support that latter group of learners, will be the ability to translate the page into any of 60 languages that we have here with the toggle on the button at the bottom. Let's choose Polish. Click on the language. I'm going to be doing it by document. I want the whole document translated into Polish. Once it's in the language of my choice, I'm then able to still use the same features that we have at the top, the text preferences, the grammar options, and the reading preferences, and I have my play button for text-to-speech.
Wegetarianie mogą uzyskać całe białko, którego
And it will read out the whole document there. That came under reading preferences and translate. So if you've never come across Immersive Reader before, I absolutely highly recommend that you have a look at it. You will find it in a Word online document under View and then Immersive Reader. Once you click into Immersive Reader, we have all the other tools which can support learners with reading difficulties.